First Alert Storm Team Weather Bulletin.
Good evening. I'm News 5 Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth. We are breaking into programming temporarily here to give the folks in northern Washington County a heads up. We have a tornado warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service office in Mobile. This tornado warning is actually embedded within a larger severe thunderstorm warning. That's why you're seeing the multiple colors on the screen. This tornado warning goes into effect and stays in effect until 7:30 tonight. Again, for the areas within this red warned area. So that would include the Barlow community, areas south of Milry along 17, and this would include Frankville in Washington County. This also includes Tatlersville down 69, Alabama 69, all the way to Mays Crossroads in Clark County. This thunderstorm, which we were watching, has had a history of producing some gusty winds, but within the last few minutes, we did start to notice some very quick tightening of the wind field, and that has actually prompted a tornado warning. So let's go ahead and show you what we're seeing in terms of the radar situation with this storm. You look at the storm, some very heavy rain is coming down right now in the Barlow community. We'll go ahead and put this into a loop so you can see the general motion of this. And we've actually been noticing within this heavy rain area that we've had some very strong rotation that's developed. So this is what we're looking at, the wind field. So you're looking at winds blowing towards and away from the radar, and you can very clearly see this very strong couplet. Again, what we noticed is these winds started to tighten up, so we're getting strong winds moving south along 17 towards the radar, and out ahead of it you see the areas of pink. Those are some very, very strong winds which are moving north away from the radar site towards Milry. So within this area, if we have a tornado, it's right in here. That would place this just maybe about a half a mile south and east of the Milry community. So this is a dangerous situation. That's south of Kenton, and that's going to be heading along County Road 33. If you are living in Bigby or Frankville, at this time you need to go ahead and take your tornado precautions. You need to go ahead and seek shelter. Again, if you are in Bigby or Frankville, because this possible tornado, which would be located right here, is moving off to the east at around 45 miles per hour. So if you are in those communities, as mentioned, now is the time to go ahead and take action. You need to be into a safe, sturdy structure, well-built building. You want to get onto the lowest floor that you can, and you want to make sure you are away from windows, as the winds will start to pick up out ahead of this possible tornado. Make sure you have something to cover your heads, whether it be some very thick pillows, or if you have a bike helmet landing nearby, I want to go ahead and put that on. Get into an interior closet, small bathroom, cover yourself up, and make sure you turn the volume up on your television to its loudest level so you can hear us give you the all clear once this tornado warning were to expire. So that's what you need to do right now if you are into eastern portions of Washington County or central Washington County in Alabama, and if you are in western portions of Clark County as well. We'll go back to the radar and take a wider view of this current strong tornadic thunderstorm. Again, it's a lot of very heavy rain that's been falling. This move through Wayne County earlier actually has prompted some flood issues there in Wayne County. But a more immediate concern, again, is this possible tornado. Again, this is a radar-indicated tornado, so we have not had confirmation that this is a tornado on the ground. So when the warning was issued, this was located 4 miles south and east of Milry. This was 7 miles north of Chatham, and it's moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and put a quick track on this now that this is starting to outrun the radar. As this continues moving due east at about 40 miles per hour, this is a look at some of the communities that will be impacted in the next couple of minutes. So if you are in Bigby, you have about 8 minutes to go before this possible tornado moves right over. And I'm a little bit more concerned in Bigby because you're right in the center of that cone. If this continues due east, that is a possible tornado heading your way. This should, if this continues to move east, should stay just south of Frankville. However, if you are in the Frankville community, you still need to be taking your tornado precautions at this time. And eventually, this will cross out of Washington County. That sort of thin black line you see right there, that is the Washington-Clark County line. From there, it'll move off to the east, moving towards Salipa over along 69. That's in about 20 minutes for now. Then this heads towards Mays Crossroads in about 24 minutes from now. So most immediate concerns are the towns of Frankville and Bigby, and because you have less than 10 minutes now before a potential tornado starts to head your way. There was a very small concern that we could get one or two strong storms that maybe clipped Washington County, and that appears to be what has happened here. Now if you are in Milry, you are out of the danger of a tornado. This is now moved to the east and southeast of Milry. If you are in Barlow, you are now in the clear for possible tornadic activity. But again, if you are in Bigby or Frankville, now is the time for you to take this storm very seriously. We're getting some new updates from the National Weather Service office in Mobile. Let me go ahead and zoom things out and kind of show you big picture wise with the alerts again. As we were just mentioning, there are actually two alerts that are in effect. There is the tornado warning. There is also the severe thunderstorm warning. So I'll go ahead and put both of the details up here. So we have a larger severe thunderstorm warning, which does still include at this time Milry, and includes Carpenter, includes Frankville, Tatlersville, and Mays Crossroads. So that's the severe thunderstorm warned area, the area of yellow, and within it, that's the tornado warned storm. So very strong rotation that we're noting with Doppler radar. If you are anywhere within this red shaded box, you are under this tornado warning. So now is the time to take it certainly very seriously. The one thing that we're also noting, where it's nighttime, there are some very low clouds out there. It's very humid. There's some very heavy rain here. So this is not likely going to be a tornado that you're going to be able to see at this point. But just trust us. We're using radar, and it has a very strong indication and a very strong signature showing up. All right, some new information coming in from the National Weather Service. They are going to continue this tornado warning until 7:30. So for about another 15 minutes. I know we are interrupting programming. We do apologize for that, but at this point we have a dangerous, possibly life-threatening weather situation unfolding in northern Washington County, so we want to make sure the folks in Washington County are well abreast of this possible tornado and are making sure that they have every opportunity to make sure that they take shelter at this time. So it does appear that this, in the last scan, that we're noticing perhaps the actual full rotation might be diminishing just a bit. It appears to be sort of broadening out, and this is the area that you're looking at when we're sort of talk about these kind of scenarios where we have a rotating thunderstorms. So what you're seeing are the areas of red, but in particular, the areas of pink. In fact, let me go ahead and toggle on that pink, because regardless, even if we don't have a tornado on the ground, we certainly have some very strong damaging winds associated with this. So at least the radar is detecting potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with this storm now moving into Bigby and Frankville. So if you're in Bigby, it's probably starting to get very loud. There's actually a lot of lightning associated with this as well. So now it looks like the wind is going up here, now over 60 miles per hour, total shear of 65. So that takes into account the changing in the direction of the wind field. So this is the possible tornado. It's somewhere within this area that would be just to the south and west of Frankville. Let me go in a little bit closer, and we'll start to name a couple of the streets that are associated with this. We'll go and get a little bit closer. We're going to start to see a bunch of streets pop up. All right, so there's Bigby. There is Racetrack Road. There's County Road 34. If I'm naming off these streets and you live along any of these streets, you need to be seeking shelter right now. Bigby, we've got high winds moving in now on the order of 50 to 60 miles per hour. If we have a tornado, it's just maybe about a mile away here. Let me actually put the measurement tool on. All right, so we've got a possible tornado sitting 2 miles just to the east west of Bigby. This is moving due east. So if this does continue on its current track, this would move right over Bigby. A possible tornado moving right over Bigby. There's Three Forks Road, County Road 34, as we mentioned. There's Charlie Dumas Road. There's Racetrack Road, and a couple of these small other roads that are branching off of the main highway there. Those are the areas that we also need to be concerned about now as well. We'll go and try to see if we can get a few more of these streets to pop up. So I know this is a fairly rural part of the area in the town of into the town of Bigby, but there is a crossroads there, so I want to give the folks there a heads up. Gumtree Road, and there's Chatham-Bigby Road, and there's County Road 34. Oscar Taylor Road, which is off to the east, but this is moving your way. Again, I get a little bit more concerned when we start to see shades of pink show up in our velocity scans. That would lead us to believe that we have at very least 60-mile-per-hour winds here. Also, the threat of rotation. Again, now we're seeing that little area of green right next to it. So this is a possible tornado just to the west of Bigby, and it's moving due east. All right, we'll go ahead and zoom things out. We just got a new scan of the radar, and we'll go ahead and see what this is showing us. Okay, so some good news is that based off that last scan, I would say the tornado threat probably isn't as high as it was just a few minutes ago. However, there are some very strong damaging winds likely now on top of Bigby. So folks who are who are there need to pay close attention. All right, some new information coming in from the Weather Service. It appears that they believe. Okay, so it appears that this storm may be what they call cycling. So what that means is this area of rotation might be starting to weaken, but we may be getting another area of rotation just north of that that's also starting to take shape. And if that is true, that would mean potentially tornadoes warned storm heading towards Frankville. So this is the main area of concern right now. At the very least, 60-mile-per-hour winds, maybe 70-mile-per-hour winds there. Okay, so now we've got a new area of rotation, just as we were just anticipating. This is the new what we call mesocyclone. So way up in the storm, we're talking in the mid and upper levels of the storm, that part of the storm is starting to spin. So now we have this area of rotation weakening, this one starting to strengthen. So this is near Kenton, and now this is going to be heading towards Frankville. So let's go ahead and take a look at the warned areas now. We still have the tornado warning in effect. So they're not issuing a brand new tornado warning at this point, but at this point, this is certainly something we have to still watch even long term. After this moves out of Washington County, this will be moving into Clark County as well, near Tatlersville and Mays Crossroads. All right, it's now 7:20 on our Monday evening. If you are just popping on, I know we're interrupting the neighborhood right now. We do apologize for that, but right now we do have a strong thunderstorm which is capable of producing a tornado moving through northern Washington County. It's about to move into western portions of Clark County over the next 10 to 15 minutes. Again, we apologize for interrupting, but we'll try to get you back to programming as soon as we feel that the threat has died down. But at this point, there is still a very strong indication of gusty winds, potentially a tornado sitting right over Bigby. If you are to the west of Bigby, and if you are just along 17, if you are anywhere along 17 south of Milry, the tornado threat is done for you. The tornado threat is now mainly for Bigby and Frankville over the next couple of minutes. Again, that tornado warning is in effect until 7:30 this evening. There's the information that just popped up. And for areas that are just outside the tornado warned area, you also have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect until 7:30. So we've got multiple warnings that are in effect with this one thunderstorm moving through northern Washington County at this time. So the main areas of concern are now in the center part of this red area. It's these two communities in particular. So if you are in those communities, now is the time to go ahead and seek shelter. Radar continues to indicate rotation within this thunderstorm. In fact, potentially two areas of rotation. There is a possible tornado, a possible area of rotation. If we have a tornado, it appears to be just moved through Bigby. I would say this is the area of most concern. Let me go ahead and illustrate this. Just south of Frankville. If we have a tornado on the ground, it's right there where you see that bright shade of pink and that bright shade of green right next to each other. So that would be right over Three Forks Road, just about a mile south of Frankville. If this continues on its current track, which is due east, that would head over Peavy's Landing Road. That would head to areas just south and east of Frankville, Sandy Road, and that black line on the right side of your screen, that is the Washington-Clark County line. Also a lot of heavy rain, a lot of frequent lightning associated with this. But again, we're noticing that very strong indication of rotation south of Frankville, moving due east at 45 miles per hour. We'll go ahead and put another track on this so you can kind of give a heads up for some of the communities that are going to be impacted by this. We'll go ahead and put a 45 mile per hour storm track. It's moving again due east at 45. We'll actually have to zoom that out a little bit. Just go ahead and discount that current track. We'll go and zoom things out because it is a very fast moving storm. So it's moving due east at about 45 miles per hour. So here's the latest track in some of the communities that will be impacted in the next couple of minutes. So it is now past Millry. It's moving over Bigby now. Folks in Bigby and Frankville, stay where you are. Wait until this passes. We will give you the all clear once we believe that the tornado threat has done. But right now, you still need to be in your tornado safe place. This is going to be moving towards Mays Crossroads in about 13 minutes, and that would be anywhere along 69. So anywhere 69 south of Tatlersville in western portions of Clark County, you need to be paying close attention to this thunderstorm as it's moving off to the east at around 45 miles per hour. The wind community in about 18 minutes, and then eventually, if this were to hold together, this would be threatening communities just to the south of Grove Hill in Clark County. So this is an early heads up. If you live in Grove Hill, you likely have some very heavy rain coming your way. You also have some damaging winds coming your way, around 60, maybe up towards of 65 miles per hour in association with that thunderstorm, but also the possibility of a very obscured rain-wrapped tornado. And that's what we're seeing. We're actually now seeing two areas of weak rotation. We've got the one over Frankville and Bigby, perhaps another area of spin that's starting to develop south of Silver Cross. That is also moving off to the east. So this is a larger thunderstorm. For the folks who are joining, I'll just go ahead and give you a sort of a big picture view of this and show you where this storm is.
Oh, I do it so right, I got the haters wishing they could be like me, but they can't though. No, they do not hold a candle. Sit in the pocket like Brando, and you ain't coming close to me. I'm the best I ever done. Ain't no really left around. I'm the best I ever do it. Pay attention to my sound like I got it, man.
I can't believe my mom wants to take me away from all this.
My body wants to take me away from all this. You can't let either of those things happen, man. This place is sick.
This is pretty much where I live.
You folks who live in this area and are familiar with all your own highways, this is going to be moving due east and this will be moving towards Silitpa over the next couple of minutes and should stay north of Mays Crossroads. So at this point, if you are in Bigby, go ahead and stay where you are. Give it about another 5 minutes for this storm to completely clear. If you are in Frankville, stay in your tornado safe place. You want to stay exactly where you are until this entire threat has passed. Again, if we're coming up now on 7:30, that was supposed to be the length of this tornado warning. We'll go ahead and show you what's happening with it. This was a tornado warning that was in effect until 7:30 this evening. And once we believe it's safe to get you back to programming, then we will do that. But right now, we're going to stay on all the way through 7:30 and wait for this entire thing to pass. So now we have wind damage in Mississippi in our Greene County area. Also now tornado warning moving into tornado warning storm moving into Clark County. If you are along 17 south of Millry, north of Carpenter, you are in the clear. They may start to trim back this tornado warning over the next couple of minutes. We're waiting on some new updates from the National Weather Service office in Mobile, see if they make any kind of adjustments here between the bottom of the hour, which is about 2 minutes away. So at this point, still likelihood of a tornado in eastern, now northeastern portions of Washington County, Alabama. This is moving south of Tatlersville. This will be moving north of Mays Crossroads. So if this were to stay sort of in this general center of this warned area, this would be passing north of Mays Crossroads. But out ahead of it, we're likely going to see some very strong, damaging straight line wind at around 60 to 65 miles per hour. That wind has already had a history of producing damage when this storm was in Mississippi. So at this point, let's see, it's now getting towards the bottom of the hour. Again, we're going to wait and see if they allow this warning to expire, but based off the current radar trends, they may actually extend this tornado warning into Clark County. We're just waiting on confirmation on that. So at this point, the worst of the weather is now moving out of Bigby, out of Frankville. Let's see, we just got new information here. Okay, so a new tornado warning has been issued. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so they have now issued a brand new tornado warning for Clark County in Alabama. So we have now the old warning will likely be expired in the next minute or so. Let's go ahead and put up the new information on this new tornado warning, and it's going to be moving to west central Clark County. So this is the new tornado warning that has been issued for areas south of Coffeyville to the west of Grove Hill. This warning is in effect until 8 p.m. This evening. It appears that the National Weather Service is still concerned about the possibility of a tornadic thunderstorm moving due east. And let's see the movement. It's moving east at 35 miles per hour, so it may have slowed down a little bit. This storm was located capable of producing a tornado, and the storm was located 6 miles northwest of St. Stephen's, or 14 miles to the northeast of Chatham. So this is now moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. So at this point, if you are in western portions of Clark County, Alabama, you need to be taking your tornado precautions at this time. This is going to be the time you need to go ahead and move inside to a sturdy building and make sure you are staying where you are until this threat has passed. We are looking at the potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as the possibility of a rain-wrapped tornado moving into Clark County. So you'll see some of the highways that we've got marked on there, Highway 69 and Highway 84. Those are areas that are going to be impacted. If you are south of Coffeyville along 69, you need to go ahead and seek tornado shelter right now. If you are along 84 between Coffeyville and Grove Hill, you also need to be taking your tornado safe place, or getting into your tornado safe place at this time. We were just giving some folks who are maybe watching on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook as well, just a heads up, just trying to update some timing for them, just so that they are well aware of what's going on. Again, this new tornado warning is in effect until 8 p.m. Tonight. 60-mile-per-hour winds likely, along with the threat of a tornado moving into Clark County. So let's go ahead and recap if you were just joining on. I know folks, now we're at the bottom of the hour. I know folks who are wanting to watch Bob Hart's Abishola. I believe that's the program now at the 7:30 hour. We do apologize, but we are going to have to stay on with the threat of a possible tornado now moving into Clark County. So now it's the bottom of the hour. Let's go ahead and recap. I'm News 5 Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth. We haven't seen too many strong thunderstorms out there today, but a few of the thunderstorms that we have now seen have gone severe. It has produced a tornado warning for portions of for parts of our area. So this tornado warning is now in effect for Washington County and also for Clark County. You see it's in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. Let's go ahead and throw the reflectivity back on. So what we're seeing here is a lot of very heavy rain associated with it. This doesn't look like your classic, what would be like a supercell thunderstorm or anything like that. This is just a very strong thunderstorm that has taken on some rotation in the lowest levels or closer to its base. So if we do have a tornado, it's right on now. It's on the Washington and Clark County line, and that's moving to the east at around 35 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and put a new storm track on this to just sort of update the timing of this possible tornado using our velocity tools, which has been proven very beneficial with a situation like this. So if you are in Tatlersville or May Crossroads, it looks like this is going to move right along 69 off to the east around 35 miles per hour, just sort of repositioning our view here so we can get the most accurate storm track here. We'll go ahead and actually extend this a little bit just to account for some fluctuations in the speed. But there we go. Here's a look at the latest timing for some of the communities that will be impacted over the next couple minutes. If you're in Wynn, 14 minutes now before a possible tornado moves into your neck of the woods. Zimco in about 18 minutes. These are all communities in Alabama. 27 minutes to Grove Hill. There's the intersection of 84 and 43. That marks Grove Hill. And of course, there near Grove Hill, you've got South Alabama Infirmary, one of the historical sites, again, in about 30 minutes. So this would be closer to the top of the hour, closer to 8 o'clock when this possible tornado moves into Grove Hill. So good news now, folks who are in Washington County. We're going to go ahead and give you the all clear. The storm is now crossed out of Washington County. It is now moving its way and making its way into Clark County. South of Tatlersville, that's where we've got some very strong winds and a possible area of weak rotation which is developed. So again, if you are in Washington County, Alabama, we are now giving you the all clear. Some of the communities that we were mentioning earlier, Bigby, we were mentioning these communities in particular. We mentioned Bigby and also the Frankville area. Those two communities are now in the clear. You are no longer under the threat of a tornado. There are still some very strong winds in your area and some very heavy rain. So I would venture to say you probably shouldn't even be going out at this point. Wait until the storm completely clears. But at least at this point, the tornado threat appears to be over for these two communities. It is now into central Clark County where we still have a possible tornado moving in. So now some of the communities that will be impacted, we're going to go ahead and get very close in here to western Clark County. You'll start to see a couple of the streets that will start popping up. Right now, the areas that are most concerned would include Dalmatian Lane, which is right along 69. There's also St. Paul's Road along 69. Those roads in particular have some strong winds around 60 miles per hour, and that is what is represented. What you're looking here is the velocity product. This is what we use when we try to find areas of rotation. If you've been watching us before during these kind of weather events, we start to see this spin in the atmosphere. What we're seeing are certainly some very strong straight line winds right over St. Paul's Road. Where you're seeing those shades of pink, those are 60 to 65 mile per hour winds. Let me go ahead and actually toggle on some of the information. And you can see there is the velocity showing winds of around 64 miles per hour. Now, that is actually elevated. We're actually fairly far away from the radar, so that's actually scanning fairly high up into the thunderstorm, but there are some very strong downpours, and so it doesn't take much to get those winds that are around 60 to 70 miles per hour aloft to come crashing down to the ground, and that can certainly produce tree damage. It can certainly produce some minor structural damage as well when you start getting into winds within this temperature, within this range. So again, we need to certainly take this storm seriously. At this point, we're still very concerned about damaging winds, but I cannot rule out a tornado threat here as well. In fact, you can see there's the tornado warning that remains in effect for now Clark County. I believe they are likely going to start to trim back down this, they're likely going to be trimming back this warning. Let's see, getting in some new information now from the National Weather Service office. Rotation appears to be weaker, but given the height of the storm, they're still going to keep the tornado warning until the storm significantly weakens. So what they're meaning by that is now we're fairly far away from the actual radar site. The radar site is coming out of Mobile Regional Airport, so this is fairly far away. We're sort of scanning fairly high up within the thunderstorm at this point, but there is still enough spin in the mid and upper levels of the storm to still prompt some concern here of a possible tornado. We really saw this thing wrap up a few minutes ago when this was in Washington County. In fact, let me go and show you that. We'll go and show you kind of the history of this storm. On the velocity signatures, let's go back in time a bit, and we'll sort of show you why we got a little bit concerned. And you can sort of see right when it was near Milry is when we started to get concerned of a possible tornado. We had a very, very strong signature of spin south of Milry when this tornado warning was issued. So that's why there was a strong concern when with this thunderstorm. Then it moved over Bigby and moved over Frankville, and you could see as we move forward in time, you start to see this sort of wraps in on itself. You can sort of see it wrapping in there, even with the velocities. and we saw that very strong signature as it moved over Bigby and Frankville. Now the actual rotational signature is not quite as robust and not quite as strong as it was. However, there is still some weak rotation, at least what we're able to see right about there. So that would place the possible tornado right on top of Highway 69 in western Clark County. This would be just south of Tatlersville. In fact, now it's right over 69 south of Tatlersville, moving off to the east, maybe a little bit north of due east. Some of the other communities that we're now going to watch, there's Wynn, there's the Zimco community, there's Toddtown, Mays Crossroads. This will stay north of Mays Crossroads. So if you are in that community, you're under a tornado warning. However, I think the warning is going to, the possible tornado is going to pass off to your north. I'm a little bit more concerned right now downstream of this for the folks who are in Zimco and eventually Grove Hill, a little bit more of a populated community in Clark County. So those are some of the areas that will be needing to watch over the next about 20 minutes or so for the length of this warning. In fact, the warning does go for another 20 minutes south of Tatlersville. Everything we're seeing on radar still leads us to believe that we have a very powerful thunderstorm, perhaps not quite as strong, which would indicate a weakening trend, which is exactly what we want to see. We just want to see this kind of fall apart, and if that does happen, we'll be able to get you back to programming. But right now, there are still this area still showing signs of at least a broad rotation south of Tatlersville, and this will be moving off to the east. So big picture wise, folks who are in western Washington County, you need to now make sure you are in your tornado safe place. Again, another update for the folks who are in Washington County. If you are in Washington County, Alabama, let me throw the tornado warning back up here. If you are in Washington County, Alabama, you are no longer under, I would say the actual tornado threat is done for you at this point. There is no longer a tornado threat in Washington County, Alabama. This is now solely in Clark County, Alabama. So north of Mays Crossroads, the tornado would be located right about here at this time. I think it will stay to the north of Mays Crossroads. I think it'll stay north of Toddtown, and if it continues on its current track, I'm a little bit more concerned about the folks in Zimco and eventually downstream outside of this warned area. If you were in Grove Hill, Alabama, now is the time that you need to make sure you're paying very close attention to the eventual track of this storm, because if we continue on this current track, that would move this into Grove Hill right at the top of the hour, right around 8 p.m. This evening. So we're going to stay on until we believe that the tornado threat has subsided, and just doing some new investigation of this storm on radar. It's a very large, sort of larger band here. This actually looks more like a damaging wind threat now that we're looking at it at this point. All right, looks like now the new update, they have officially canceled the tornado warning for northeastern Washington County, as the storm has now moved out of the warned area, as we expected. So yeah, so now Washington County officially no longer in a tornado warning. This is all in Clark County along 69 and 84. So let's go and look again at this in radar. Again, you're not seeing any kind of classic, wrapping here or spinning up, or the kind of normal signatures that we would typically see here with a tornadic thunderstorm. But what we're noting is that within this sort of large rain band, by the way, within this rain band, I would venture to say if you live even in northern Washington County, within this very high rain area, there's likely still some very strong winds on the order of 50 to 60 miles per hour, even on the backside of this thunderstorm. So you still need to be inside and staying where you are until the bulk of this moves on out. Again, the entire storm is moving at around 35 miles per hour. But the main area of concern, when we're to go down into the velocities here, is into eastern or western portions of Clark County. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better in terms of the tornadic threat. This is not looking nearly as organized as it was just a few minutes ago. This is looking more like a damaging wind threat. If you kind of see what I'm talking about, you can sort of see how this is sort of bowing out. We're getting this bowing structure in the winds. One, we're no longer seeing those pinks, which were lighting up here just a few minutes ago, so that is certainly some good news. But this is starting to show more of a bowing structure, which would lead us to believe that now this storm is starting to transition. We're starting to lose the rotation with this, and this looks to be transitioning to more of a damaging wind, straight line wind threat, around 50 to 60 miles per hour, if I would guess, based off of what we're seeing here. So this is south and east of Coffeyville. Tatlersville, still stay where you are, stay in your tornado safe place until this is passed. But now we're going to watch as this starts to move towards 84. So let's go ahead and zoom back in to some of the areas, some of the communities and some of the roads. So we're going to start naming off some of the roads. And if you hear your road there in western Clark County, just go ahead and move into your safe place. If you live along Wynn Road, that is coming off of 84. Wynn Road off of 84. Can Road, which connects Wynn Road to 84. County Road 337. Wilson Circle. Old Mill Pond Road, we're getting in on some disruption in some of the data there in that latest scan. We'll go ahead and go back to reflectivity. But this is the area that we're monitoring for a possible tornado is right there. We'll go ahead and zoom back in. Get some more of these roads. Again, if you're along Can Road, Wynn Road, if you are along some of the county highways, 337, Ebenezer Road, Center Point Road, and that would be north of 84. Wilson Circle, north of 84. Aspen Lane, north of 84, Old Mill Pond Road, north of 84, and even along Reedy Hill Road, also north of 84. And if you'll notice, this is not too terribly far away from Grove Hill. There's Grove Hill. This storm is about 12 miles away from Grove Hill. So if it continues on its current track, it'll be moving. It's going to be moving off to the east at around 35 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and put a new track on this now that we're getting some updated scans. See what the velocities, it's kind of got a little bit of a bad frame in the velocity, but we'll go ahead and throw on the latest storm track out of this. So this is moving due east around 35 miles per hour. This is the latest timing. If you live in the Zemco community, you need to make sure you are in your tornado safe place until 11. You got actually 11 minutes until the storm moves your way. Grove Hill, 21 minutes from now. South Alabama is historical area. You need to make sure you're also in your tornado safe place at this time. You need to make sure you are there and staying right where you are, and just wait until we give you the all clear. This should be moving fairly quickly, especially if the current trends verify that we're seeing some weakening. This certainly would be some good news. All right, got a new update from the National Weather Service. Okay, so they are now saying a line of very strong thunderstorms is going to be moving through northwestern Monroe counties, northern Washington counties, central Clark counties, and this will be moving through between now and 8:15. This very strong line of thunderstorms, so now we're talking about the actual full line itself, is moving off to the east, wow, at 75 miles per hour. So the storm is starting to pick up speed, which actually is kind of a sign that it looks like the tornado threat is starting to die down, and this is going to be a damaging straight line wind threat. So now, believe it or not, this entire storm is starting to pick up speed. So now we're looking at this entire line of storms. What I think is happening is this is actually all starting to spin up, and on the south side of that spin, this portion of the storm in particular is starting to gust out. It's really starting to race forward. So now they have put a forward speed of 75 miles per hour on this storm. So this was moving as fast as folks are driving down I-10 in some spots. So this is moving along 84. A lot of lightning, a lot of strong and gusty wind out ahead of it, and again 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. Okay, here's some good news. We have now canceled the tornado warning for Clark County. Again, the tornado warning has now been canceled for Clark County. So at this point, we are going to wrap up our coverage. If you are in central Clark County and Grove Hill, you have some damaging winds coming your way on the order of 50 to 60 miles per hour. And this will be moving towards Chance, Beatrice, and should stay south of Camden over the next couple of minutes. We are now going to return you back to regular programming. If we get any new updates from the Weather Service, we will come back on. Also, follow us on our Facebook page. We will now send you back to